रेडियो बिरयानी पक्का लोकल.
He's a 34-year-old professional living in Dallas. He moved to the US in 2014 to pursue his studies and earned a master's degree in construction engineering and management from UTA. Today, he proudly owns an event company, Masala Nights, that specializes in organizing LGBTQIA plus Bollywood events, bringing vibrant and inclusive celebrations to the community. Alongside this, he also works as a construction estimator, blending his passion for events with his expertise in construction. Today, we are in conversation with Vishal Rajpal. Welcome, Vishal, to our studios, and thank you so much for taking out time.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Wonderful. So I have introduced you, but I want to listen. I want to hear it from you. Can you tell a little bit about yourself and what you do, Vishal?
Well, so I'm, as you mentioned, I'm Vishal Rajpal. I'm 34 years old, and I came to US to do my master's. Like I came here, did my master's, and started working as a construction estimator. Then there was something lacking, right? Being from a LGBTQ community, and then I moved to Dallas last year. Saw that they have a variety of musics, right? But the Bollywood events were missing. Okay. So that kind of encouraged me to start my event company, which is named as Masala Nights. And that's what we do. Like, we just focus on Bollywood events and making a safe space for our South Asian queer community.
Wonderful, wonderful. So let me just dive into questions. Let me just bombard you with all these questions. So Vishal, can you share your personal journey and what Pride Month means to you?
Okay, so when it comes to the personal journey, right, like it has stages,
right.
And I'm pretty sure when it comes to the personal journey for any LGBTQA plus QIA plus individual, is deeply personal and it varies widely. But I believe every LGBTQIA plus goes through these stages. And the first stage is the awareness.
Right.
Now, the awareness when you realize that, okay, I am different from others. And trust me, right now I'm at the stage where I don't feel different, like, right? But it's the society which makes us feel different. The image they have been portraying, like, so for so long, that the man and woman can only be together, and girl and boy can be together. It's so wrong, right? So anyway, right? That's the awareness. When I was like in sixth grade or fifth grade, I realized that, okay, my my taste is different from people who I've been surrounded by. So yes, that was the stage, and of course I feel very strange. Then the second part comes is the exploration.
Right.
When we talk about the exploration, I did not had any education or any resource to go to. Right, I felt so confused, like what to do with it. So at that time, I just kept everything to myself, right, for at least 1 or 2 years. And then I started little exploring it when we had internet came. So from Yahoo Chat, I really realized that, okay, I'm not the only one. So after that, like, I still kept it to myself. I did not knew what to do. Nobody was there to help me out. I did talk to my dad. Mm-hmm. There was this one instant because one of my bua is not married. So, it just writes a question, right? Raise a question, right? That is she lesbian? So I asked my dad, like, is she? So my dad just said, like, there are different peoples, you just can't say anything. Just because she's not married, it doesn't mean that she's lesbian, right?
Nice.
So, okay, well, till then, like, I growing up, and then in college. Now, the third part it comes is the acceptance. Right. That is the most important, and I think it takes people so many times. It took me 10 years, 20 years. So for some people, it will take one day, month, Yes. So there was the acceptance. And the acceptance as well, there are three parts. Okay. Self-acceptance, and then accepted by the family, then accepted by others, right? It is a whole new phase. So self acceptance, I started realizing that okay, in the college, that okay, I am gay, but at that time I did not had balls like to come out, right? So but then I knew that I'm not gonna date any girl or spoil her life. That was my thing. But then I came to US, I got more exposure. I was like, okay, it's okay to be gay, right? It's okay to be queer. And it changed my life. And I'm from a very small town, right? Raipur, Chhattisgarh.
Okay.
So in this case, like I really believe like education is so important, and the what we say the introduction of the LGBTQ education and the awareness at the early age is so important that you are not
don't
at
feel
the
lost.
you don't feel lost.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So that are the phases, and Pride Month means a lot. Pride Month does that, right? Pride Month is about thanking the people who has done so much that we have reached to this stage that right now everybody celebrates it, right? It's a thankfulness. It's to show that it's okay to be a queer. So that is what Pride Month means to me, and I think rather than just celebrating a Pride for in June, we should just be ourselves and celebrate throughout the year.
I agree. I totally agree. Why it needs to be only restricted to a month? I totally agree. So tell me this, Vishal, how this whole experience of, as you said, first realization, then exploration, then acceptance, how this whole thing shaped your identity and perspective on life?
So, the journey of discovering and affirming one's sexual orientation or gender and identity can be a powerful experience, right? For me, it made me feel authentic. It has enhanced my self esteem. When it comes to self esteem, like I'm talking about, it's okay, like how I act, how I walk, how I behave in front of the society.
That's
you know,
you.
that's me.
Yeah.
It has really enhanced my self-esteem. It has really enhanced my resilience because I have seen so many
Discrimination, yes, yeah.
right? Like so, and then empathy. Empathy
Yes.
comes from, I have seen like people. I can feel the pain, like who are in the similar situation to like that. So it has. I have embraced, enhanced that thing as well, and the goal.
Right.
Right. My goal, which I already told you, I started Masala Nights because I wanted to create a safe place for my South Asian queer community, by organizing events, by organizing movie nights or a bar crawl, and, organizing a potluck or a meetup where we can do some. We can
Just be
have-
yourself.
Just be yourself and have education about that, what's going on.
Yes,
That's it.
Wonderful. So I know that every journey has its own achievements and challenges. So I just want to understand from you, Vishal, what are the most significant achievements or also challenges when it comes to LGBTQ plus community that you have faced in recent years?
Well, when talking about achievements, there has been a lot of achievements. There has been like a lot of achievement, which is really good. Like marriage equality, right? Legalization of same-sex marriage in various countries.
Yes.
Decriminalization of being LGBTQIA
That
plus
was a
individual.
very significant step. Yeah.
Yes, very, and especially in India in 2018 they criminalized it, right? Anti-discrimination protection, in the Supreme Court in the ruling in 2022, like so that is a huge step. Then trans rights advancement, then increased representation. Like in India, like then global decriminalization. I already talked about that. It's now decriminalized in India, and then in Nepal and Taiwan. You talk about Thailand in 2024, they legalized same-sex marriage.
Wow, yeah.
So that is a huge step, right?
Yes.
And then mental awareness. Nobody talk about the mental awareness, like. Only physical harm is not important,
But is
right?
recognized,
Mentally,
yes,
we
yeah.
go through. We as a queer people, we go through so much mental trauma. So that is really good that there has been achievements going through the regarding to mental
Because
awareness.
it's not only that you're dealing with what's going on with you, but on the top of it, if you have to deal with external factors like they're just not even thinking and they're just marking you as a criminal, that itself can be very mentally daunting. Yes.
Exactly.
Okay. Perfect. Yes.
Exactly. And then the last is the Pride celebration, right? I have seen they are celebrating Pride like no, it's like festival, and I'm really glad. I'm really happy that that has achieved that is an achievement,
Yes.
in itself. So, but there are some challenges, of course. Even though, like there's a marriage equality, there's anti-discrimination, but still there's ongoing discrimination. There's violence going on, right? There are the politicians trying to find some loopholes on the policies and legal backlashes, right? Like a rollback on the rights, such as anti-LGBTQIA legislation and policies that restrict rights, particularly for the transgenders. Transgender individual.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and then there are a lot of healthcare barriers as well, limited access to the inclusive and competent healthcare, including gender affirming care and mental health services. The education on the LGBTQ, and then the youngs, they are getting homeless because their family is not accepting them. The conversion therapy, even though it's banned, but there are a lot of people who are doing the conversion therapy. Then global inequality, economic disparities. There are so many challenges which we
I
are
think it's a
facing.
long way to go, right? Because
Yes.
as you said, education is the key. I think everything starts there, and no matter how many laws are passed, how it's not it's decriminalized now, but then it's at the end of the day, it's all about the mindset. It's what people think. That's those are the challenges, and I am sure it'll people will open up, the open minds. And I want to talk about, Vishal, is there any specific movement or event that had a profound impact on you?
So, well, I will tell you, like, there has been a lot of events, right? Like
Sure.
that has like, but then the specific moment when I really that had a really good impact on me was when I came to my mom and dad.
Okay.
I put all the scenarios, right? All the scenarios, but I did not thought of that one scenario. Of course, when you're coming out, I would suggest to everyone, right? You put the positive scenarios and you think of all the worst case scenarios as well, because you never know, right? It took me 20 years to accept myself. Come on, dude. You have to give your parents a little bit time to accept you, right? So my dad in the room, he came and then he said, "It's okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter who you sleep with, who your
Partner is.
partner is." So that was really nice. That had a huge impact in me, and I really want that for everyone. I hope everyone gets that. I'm so blessed to have a parents like that,
Yeah.
and that made me feel like I know it sound like so simple, but it
No,
was so
no.
huge for me that I want that for everyone. And I really hope everybody gets that.
Because
Everybody
family
gets that.
support is that gives you immense confidence, and then you can go about and you the whole world you can just face in with, you're ready to tackle them.
Yes.
And it's very hats
They're
off to
your
your
shield.
dad. Hats
They're
off
your
to your dad.
shield.
Yes, absolutely, I agree. So, Vishal, I'm actually touched by that story. I mean, it's amazing. Hats off to your dad, and it's amazing that you have a family support. And I also I like how you said that you wish that for everyone to have that. Wonderful. So, Vishal, I want to know, like, both during the Pride Month and throughout the year, how do you see the role of allies in supporting LGBTQ plus community? What role do they play?
They play a huge role. And first of all, I really want to thank you to all the allies. Like, just because of you we are here. I will give you an example. In the whole world, majority of the people are straight, right?
Right.
Well, it's another debate right now. Well, sexuality and gender is very fluid, but yes,
Yes.
let's go with the straight. Most of them are straight. So let's, for example, it's your hair, right?
Right.
Most of the hair, one hair is going on left hand side, and the all of the hair is going on right. It kind of forces the left one to go in that direction. So those allies are the right direction, and the people who are not allies are the wrong direction. It kind of forces them. So when I'm talking about forcing, I'm not saying that we want them to convert themselves into now queer. No, by forcing, forcing education on them, by forcing showing how much love we have, by awareness and all that stuff. At least give us a chance to educate you what we are, how we love, and then make a conclusion, right? So that's why allies comes in, has a so crucial
Yes.
role. They plays an important
Yeah.
role in,
Because
in
I
this.
think what you're saying is we are not expecting them to understand everything, but you need to open those doors. You need to give a chance for understanding. You need to just let people in, and then that's when you know what their world looks like, right? It's
Like I would say, at least hear us, right? And then come to the conclusion.
yes. Don't just stick to what you have heard for so many years. And as you said, education is the key. So now that we are talking about allies and how differently they think, I also would like to know what are some common misconceptions when it comes to LGBTQ plus community that you would like to address. I'm
Yes.
sure there are many, but
Well,
yeah.
I will address it all.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so the first is, it's a phase. It's not a phase. I know from the very beginning, I started realizing from when I was in sixth grade, trust me, it's not a phase. The second misconception is like LGBTQIA people are confused. We are not confused. We are, we know what we want and in which direction we want to go. All LGBTQIA plus people are same. That is the most important. Like, I really want to just, because in the if you look at the Bollywood movies in the past, right, they always like put portray
portrayal.
like that all the gays are girlish and then all the lesbians are butch. No, all the queer people are different. Two people can be gay and then be butch and then they are dating each other. It's totally different. That's the misconception about LGBTQ community is, right. And then being LGBTQIA plus is a choice. Trust me, it's not a choice. Well, even if I had a choice, I would love to be a LGBTQ or a queer community because I'm really proud to be a queer. Then transgender people are just cross dressings. They are totally different. Transgenders is who by birth, for example, a girl by birth is girl, but she thinks or herself as a male. That is transgender, and cross dressing is totally related to clothing. So they are not the same thing. And then non binary identities are not real. Non binary identities are often invalidated and misunderstood, with some believing that there are only two genders. As I have mentioned before, gender is fluid. You can't. So that's the misconception. Then queer people are predatory. We want to turn everybody into queers. No, we just want to love. We just want to be respected. That's it. They can't have families and can't be a good parents. Okay. So, and then they are very over sexualized. So when two guys or two girls are kissing, oh my god, they must be like they just want to
what they
think
do all
all
the
about
time.
sex, right? But then when there is a straight couples kissing, oh my god, they're in so much love. That is such a misconception, right? And support for LGBTQIA rights is a Western concept, and when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about keeping in mind that I'm from a South
South Asian
Asian
community, yeah.
community. That it's a Western concept. No, it's not a Western concept. Then, but we can address this again by educating,
Yes.
and awareness, increase positive, diverse representation through media. So
Yes, it's important.
It's important.
Yes. So you were talking about the portrayal, how the people are portrayed in a certain manner, that if they have to be girlish or they have to be very, masculine, if they have to be. But I also want to know, do you think that media representation of LGBTQ plus individuals has evolved, and does it impact in any different way? Does it impact the society?
So historically, LGBTQ characters were often portrayed negative, or if you look into Bollywood movies, a laughable characters.
Yes.
That was very wrong, right? That's like reinforcing a stereotype and a preconceived idea that they walk girlish
In a certain way,
in a certain way. But now I have seen emerging a positive representation. I have seen. More push for more authentic and diverse representation of a queer community, like shows like Made in Heaven. It's such a nice show, right? Orange is the New Black. Pose. There are so many which showcase the wide range of LGBTQIA experiences and bring visibility to unrepresented groups within the community. So that is really nice. And then when talking about the children media, I have seen that has also started to include the LGBTQIA characters, and that helps a lot because it has to normalize the diverse identities. At the very early age, if you're educating them that it is normal, then yes, I did not had that. I wish I had that. So that is really good. That is really good. So
Yeah, I like the word how you said normal. That let's make this normal. We don't have to look it in a different way. Let the couples be couples. It can be anybody, right? The normal word is so nice. I like that word. So, Vishal, tell me this. You had this journey, as you said, acceptance. And so what advice would you give to young LGBTQ plus individuals who are just beginning to explore their identities?
So firstly, I will say understand that discovery of identity is a personal journey. That takes time, and there's no rush, Baba. There's no rush to label yourself or fit into a specific category. Right. Allow yourself that patience to explore and understand your feelings. But don't allow that much that because you got only one life, you have to be yourself. Educate yourself. That would be the second, like read books. You have so much online resources, radio, right? Watch movies, watch series. It is so important to educate yourself, educate your allies, on all of that. Then history and rights. Know your history. They people have fought so much. That's because of them we are here. Know your rights, to better understand the community. Then find supportive communities, right? Like online, local group, sharing, like join them, like, and then
Ask questions.
Ask questions. There will be so many people who share their stories, and maybe you can connect who have similar experience, and a safe place. That is very important. You should seek out for the safe spaces where you can be yourself. Even if you're going to go meet somebody or something, make sure that you're sharing your location with your friend, with your whosoever you trust.
Someone should know where you are.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And the most important is be yourself. Be true to yourself. Till the time you don't be, you're not going to be true to yourself. Trust me, nobody will take you seriously, right? Embrace yourself. Even if you're facing challenges or misunderstanding from others, right? Self-expression, like find ways to express your identity that feel right for you, whether through fashion, art, or joining my organization, that is Vasala Night. Volunteering, so that we can create a safe space for our South Asian queer community. So there are a lot of ways. Know your rights. Educate yourself about legal rights and protections. Join the advocacy. If you feel that you can bring a change to it, then go and start getting involved in the advocacy, right? And then support organization who are working towards it. So Yeah, ultimately,
There are ways,
there are
and the
ways.
right the as you rightly said, that it's very important they should know where the information is coming from. They need to have the safe place, because get education, but educating yourself from a wrong source can be very dangerous. So you need to know where the information is coming from, and it's nothing wrong talking to the right person, and that safe place, as you mentioned, is very important. Like, talk to the people whom you can trust.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. And then, like a lot of people passes negative comments, like challenging those negative comments.
Yes.
Like, so, like, because you may encounter, and ultimately just celebrate your identity.
Yes.
There will be a lot of negative vibes, a lot of negative comments. Just either challenge them or ignore them. Just celebrate your identity.
Yes.
So that will be my
That's the ultimate, the
Yes.
quote. Yes, celebrate. So I just a couple of more questions, Vishal. I'll let you go. So I just want to understand, what are your hopes and aspirations for the future of LGBTQ plus rights, and what is your vision? What is the
So, looking forward, my hopes and aspiration for the queer rights and visibility, like, well, I hope we get global legal equality, universal decriminalization for being an LGBTQ individual, comprehensive anti-discrimination law, marriage and family rights. I hope we get that. When it comes to healthcare, accessible gender affirming care, to ensure that gender affirming healthcare is accessible and covered by the insurance, right? Mental health and support, then and education. Of course, education plays a huge role in here. Education and awareness, bring those education at the early age,
Yes.
so that people know, like,
they don't
did
have to
not
suffer for so long.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, it took me 20 years, but if I had that education, I would have just be out of the closet maybe like in 2 years, 3 years. It took me 2 years. I lost 2 years, 20 years of
Yeah.
my just to
It's
figure
confused.
out
Yeah.
confused.
Yes.
Right. Then public awareness campaigns, then representation in media is a really good source
It's
of
a powerful
information.
source.
It's a very powerful source. So a right representation, right? Like, it's not the wrong representation.
Yes.
So, and then the support the communities, all that safe space,
Yes.
strengthening those safe places, strengthening the role of allies in advocating for LGBTQIA plus rights and fostering inclusive communities. And then intersectional inclusivity, economic opportunities, right? Workplace inclusion,
Yes.
then global solidarity and support. So I just hope, like,
Yeah.
that I
Just
see.
yeah, I think just reach out.
Reach
That's all. Reach out and reach, and know that you're not the only one there, because you don't have to suffer alone. Just reach out, talk to people, come out and share. And as you said, celebrate.
Celebrate.
So I really want to know about this new venture you just said, Masala Nights. Vishal, can you tell me more about this? And if first I want to know more about this. What you guys do? What was this whole idea? Where this whole idea come from? And if people want to reach you, how can they reach you?
So last year, actually, this was in my brain from past 2 years. It's just that it took some time for me to get up and then do something
Right.
about it. We have a bars. We have a strip area, Cedar Spring Road. There you will find all kind of music, right? American, Black, Latino, every kind of music. It's just that what we were missing was Bollywood events. There are a lot of Bollywood events happening, but they always happen at the straight bar, right? I wanted to create a community or a safe place for my South Asian community where they can be themselves. Of course, I am very free. I'm at this stage. I really don't care what other people think. But not everybody is like me, right? That's what Masala Night comes into. It focuses on Bollywood events, organizing Bollywood events, where you can be yourself without any judgment, without and I hope like we get allies as well, to come and then attend our parties. Then in future we are planning to do some Bollywood nights, movie nights, where we are showing the LGBTQ QIA plus South Asian movies. So working on that, and then some education when during the potluck or during meetups, sharing stories so that somebody can connect to us. That is our goal. But yeah, so ultimately we are taking baby steps. We just started last year, and if anybody wants to reach out to us, they can reach out by following our page on Instagram. It's at Queer Masala Nights, and in there we will be posting our future events, and hope we can we can help you out.
So that's Cure Masala Nights. At Cure Masala Nights is the one, and Vishal Rajpal was the person whom we were talking to. It was so much fun talking to you, and I'm glad we addressed this such an important topic, Vishal. And thank you so much for coming out and talking to us and taking out time to be here.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so
Vishal.
much.
Have a wonderful week ahead, and thank you for being here.
You too.
Thank you.